Hello and welcome to 3 Minute Gaming. I'm Nathan, and today I'm going to tell you if this game's worth your time and bandwidth.
Today's game is Discounty. It's time to bring a chain store to a small town. Is Discounty worth selling your soul to corporate overlords? Let's find out. Discounty is kind of the anti-cozy game, where unlike, say, Stardew Valley, where your goal is to integrate with the town and drive the big commercial stores out, this time you are the commercial store that wants to expand and monopolize business. Or at least your aunt wants to, you just kind of work there. The game knows it's being sardonic and it rolls with it, having most villagers dislike you throughout most of the game, and every move for expansion usually requires some kind of action that makes the town worse. People start littering more and there's environmental weirdness, but basically your presence here isn't great, which is pretty funny. Gameplay itself is fairly simple, as it plays like a lot of those store management sims. You have to run the shop and stock your goods, of which there are two types, refrigerated or not. You have to set up store shelves accordingly. Goods themselves fall into various categories, such as home goods, produce, etc., and you can buy items that power up nearby goods of specific types, meaning min-maxing layouts is important. You keep all this stuff in back storage that you'll need to keep stocked, as well as your shelves, but thankfully by chapter 3 you get a helper. You're not the only one cleaning floors and putting meat in freezers. In addition to the bulk goods, you can buy local from one of 4 vendors. They restock weekly, and if you sell enough of their stuff, they get friendlier, giving you new goods, perk points, and upgrades. That include things like cheaper goods or signs to sell more stuff. The core loop, therefore, is spending mornings and evenings doing story-related quests, recycling empty boxes, and buying up local goods, while during the day you run the shop and scramble to keep stuff stocked. You also have to learn how to run the register, which means memorizing prices early on, though thankfully you get an auto scanner pretty fast. The game has daily micro goals that give you corporate points that you can use to buy more bulk goods, as well as upgrades like inventory space, and quests themselves usually simple and involve walking around town, learning more about the villagers, though a handful of them were a little too obtuse for my liking. There's definitely some minor nuance to it, but that's the general gist. Discounty presents as a cozy game, but is really one of those shop management sims, and like all of those games, your goal is to just get as much money as humanly possible and create the best chain store in the name of capitalism and profits. What I like about Discounty? Well, this scratches that store management itch you get from those other simulator games. Trying to manage and optimize your store layout, objects, and keeping everything in stock can be very addicting. On that same note, there's a fair amount of stuff to do and some good quality of life concepts, as you can unlock fast travel fairly early, prioritizing local goods for upgrades, affects item placement, and there's lots of decorating and recycling to keep you busy in between shifts. And lastly, I enjoyed this game's somewhat bitter approach to you basically making the town worse as your store improves, but everybody still wants stuff, so they let it happen, making it anti-cozy in some funny ways. When it comes to the bad, actually running the store does get tedious in the latter half, especially once you've maximized your layout and you get pretty overwhelmed with the amount of goods you have to figure out where to put. Maybe there's an ironic point to it that once you get big enough, there's little or no time to do anything but run the store, but it definitely makes stuff less fun. Additionally, more than a few quests are too obtuse in how to complete them. And lastly, the loop itself doesn't increase all that much in depth, it just adds more of the same stuff on top of it. It really needs some more depth like a game like Ratcheteer, with say like a fluctuating market or caring more about item locations. It's close, but doesn't quite have enough mechanics to make the store management portions truly engaging. As you know, I rate games here on a 3-point scale: must play, maybe consider, and don't bother. And Discounty does an admirable job mixing the classic store management sim with the framework of a modern cozy game, and then instills it with sardonic humor around unfettered corporate capitalism. That being said, I wouldn't call it relaxing per se, as the loop does get a little tired, and some of the quests and goals are too obtuse. Still, it's a great reversal of the common small town farming concept, so if you enjoy min-maxing store shelves and providing low prices, Discounty is worth becoming a wage slave over. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you played Discounty, do you enjoy store management games or more cozy farming ones, please let me know what you think in the comments, but regardless, go out there and give Discounty a look.